The cars have gridded. The field is here. 40 drivers, 82 laps. Here in Bowmanville, Canada, WTSS Season 7 is real, and it is now. Chris Dodd, the Season 5 champion, is on pole for the first time ever on a road course. His first three pole positions of his career were on ovals, and the Season 5 champion, only his fourth career pole, nailed it together during the tense 15-minute qualifying session we had earlier today at Canadian Tire. Alongside him is the rookie, Sebastian Van Dalen, one of the three rookie drivers that Roke Atkinson have brought over from touring car racing to debut in the WTSS in the Seat branded team. Daniel Giroux, a shock P3 in qualifying for Beniaco Van Dalen. Alongside him, Allison Figueroa in the 98. Another rookie. Then two more rookies of Cale Tescar Jr. and Jake Stevens. Two more big shockers as well. William Duncan in 7th. Former winner here at Canadian Tire with Daniel Voiles. Then it's Eugene DeMax and Jeff McLennan, another rookie in the top 10. Tristan Wilhoit and Jake Stavinaugh. Ray Takeda and Roberto Crown Jr. in the 46. One of the most stunning liveries on the grid for this opening race at Canadian Tire is the Good Smile Racing number 7 Hatsune Miku car with Ryan Bolden behind the wheel. That car will be hard to miss from any angle. Alongside him is Fabio Vitabasa. Then Hu Jian, your Season 2 champion back here, with Alex Beniaco alongside. Then it's Fingai and Yuki Tamura. Jeffrey Fingai and Yuki Tamura. Patrick Smith begins the second half of the field alongside home native Sean Angel. DJ Curtis alongside Aiden Shepard. Logan Hill with Ryan Reed. Then it's Scott Roush alongside Brandon Crasta, debuting a brand new T-Mobile car. First time in a while he's had a car that wasn't a base black car. So that'll be another car easy to spot from a mile away. Then it's Mitchell Carter driving Ben Dover's number 69 car. For the first time, Dover is an owner, not an owner-driver. Alongside him, Kyle Bichelia, last season's Rookie of the Year. Mitchell Mark alongside Shrimp Engritz with the newly formed Turn 1 Motorsports. And it's Chris Louviere with a rebranded car this season, alongside Elijah Innes, another one of our rookies. Then two more rookies. Our rookie shootout winner, Alex Constantine, who said he wasn't as confident in his road racing abilities as his short track abilities, and that sure shows after dominating the rookie shootout, but only qualifying 35th today for Canadian Tire. Alongside him is Chanarong Wangzawat, who you would think would be the opposite, but Wangzawat had a great rookie shootout and not a great qualifying, even though he comes from a touring car background here at Canadian Tire. Mark Nutt, the reigning champion, all the way back in 37th place alongside Bobby Frazier. And then the back row of the grid is James Gibson and Arnie Nugroho bringing up the rear. A team that qualified on the front row for the rookie shootout, qualifying dead last for their first ever race of Season 7. But it's Chris Dodd, who is a driver that you wouldn't expect to only have 4 career poles on the top.
Start your engines!
The engines have been fired. It'll be 82 laps around the Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. The season opening race of WTSS Season 7. They're winding up to speed now. And from the drop of the green, there's nothing that can save you but your own driving abilities. No cautions on the road courses in WTSS. So you just have to keep it on the marks the whole way through, start to finish.
Fans have been so excited the entire weekend, and it's so close.
A full crowd, a full field, action abound. Chris Dodd takes the green. WTSS Season 7 is officially underway. And it's a terrible start behind as Dodd goes ahead of Sebastian Van Dalen into turn 1. Daniel Giroux's car did not get going at all. He's already lost 3 positions as Allison Figueroa attacks Sebastian Van Dalen for the 2nd position on the run through turn number 2. Sean Angel gets into Patrick Smith, and the 2 Canadian drivers in the field in front of their home crowds have crashed in the 2nd corner of the season with DJ Curtis as well. And Patrick Smith and Sean Angel, who obviously looks like he made some sort of early move that did not work down the inside of the 77. Both cars wounded, but not mortally wounded like DJ Curtis's car, who will not even get to see the end of the first lap, limping back to the pits as Figueroa attacks Van Dalen onto the back straightaway for the first time. Just looked like an over-aggressive move from Sean. He looked like he was on the bottom of 3. Especially for an experienced veteran like him, I was not expecting a move like that. Both of those cars could be DNFing here.
And yeah, it just felt like a very rookie-like error.
He's going to be regretting that for basically the rest of the race.
And that's both of the Canadians in this field out of the contention. Lap 1, turn 2. That is so unfortunate. End of the first lap. Everybody else keeps it clean and steady. Smith pulls into the pits for damage repair. Sean Angel thinks he can continue on. Doesn't feel like there's any sort of tire rub on that car. But out front, it is still the number 8 of Chris Dodd. 2 of the Rocket Atkinson cars have moved up into 2nd and 4th on the opening circuit of this race.
It may help if you move the leaderboard up.
Dodd on the point at the moment.
What? Oh. They're still doing damage repairs on the 77 of Patrick Smith. He may DNF this race still. They are not done deciding whether or not that car is finished or not. DJ Curtis limps back into the pits on the first lap of this race. Out. Chris Dodd continues to lead Sebastian Van Dalen. Then it's Figueroa and Cale Teskar Jr. There are 5 rookies in the top 6 positions to open this race. And look at another rookie, Jeff McLennan, with an aggressive outside move. Trying to hold back Eugene DeMax. But DeMax will steal 8th position away from the rookie. Brandon Crasta with a big move on Alex Bignacco. It looks like he's been up 3 positions in 1 lap in the 63 car. Up into 22nd place. That's 2 positions. Patrick Smith has made it back out on the racetrack. The Van Dalen Autosport crew really did not want to have to DNF the season opening race 1 lap into the season, and so they have decided to just tough it out and see if they can salvage any more points later on in the race. Van Dalen chasing down Chris Dodd, the rookie, the touring car driver, showing his road course abilities here and why he was such a superstar rookie down in the touring car ranks, and he overshoots Moss Corner a bit there. He's just adapted
with the former champ.
He's just adapted to these cars really well.
Eugene DeMax is on the move. He started 9th. He just took 8th from Jeff McLennan and is now looking for 7th from Daniel Voiles here. That 4 car is absolutely on rails at the moment in these opening laps. As he's down the inside, but oh man, Vita Bassa stays ahead as William Duncan overtakes his driver, Jeff McLennan, there for 9th position. A bad start for the 66, but he seems to have made a good recovery of it.
There's Vita Bassa.
Yeah, Vita Voiles, not Vita Bassa. As Sean Angel's car apparently is still not performing half bad, even with that damage right now. He's overtaken the back row qualifiers of Arnie Nugroho and James Gibson.
He caught right back up to the back end of the field right after he spun.
Yeah.
That car is still good. It's probably not as good as...
It's probably a shame now, honestly, that he's not going to get to show what that car is capable of. Contact between Mitchell Carter and Alex Constantine there. That's Constantine making the position on Mitchell Carter.
Well, who does he have out of the lane? I mean, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. He'll just have to think of what could have been and recover as many positions as possible before this race is over.
Maybe get some positions from the inevitable attrition that'll come in.
Jake Stevens is flying, looking for third on Allison Figueroa. He's not close enough at the end of the back straight there to make the move yet, but he is all over the back, making it known as Jake Stavinoff now gets through on Jeff McLennan, who seems to be struggling a bit for pace at the moment here in the early running, but those are also veteran drivers that have all made moves on him to start this race. So it could be a mix of both. Mitchell Carter is struggling. That 69 car looked like it had pretty solid qualifying pace, but he's lost about 5 positions in the last 2 laps, and it doesn't look like it's getting any better, because now the car that crashed on the first lap is catching him. Daniel Voiles has now caught Daniel Giroux. It's the battle of the Daniels for 6th position. 1 rookie, 1 veteran of the series. He's been here since season 2, Daniel Voiles has. To the back of Daniel Giroux here, heading up to Moss Corner. It's a difficult one to follow through. Sometimes you can really get caught out by the car you're following through here. That'll allow DeMax to get alongside the 13 once more.
He's got the traction to get through. I think he will.
Yeah, the car on the outside always has trouble with the traction on the exit there because you're on the curb and there just isn't as much traction on the curb. As Figueroa has caught Sebastian Van Dalen for 2nd place. Meanwhile, DeMax is not going to get cleared by Voiles this time into the braking zone like last time, but Voiles with a great late brake there all the way down at the end of the straightaway. They nearly come together there through the final 2 corners. Preferred line in the last turn, though, for Eugene DeMax, and he's going to clear Daniel Voiles for that 7th position. Voiles will try to come back with the momentum, but it is an off-camber turn 1, which allows DeMax to fully clear Voiles, and Stavinoff to dive down the inside of William Duncan for the 9th position.
Former Alliance members.
Yep.
Alliance mates? Is that what that would be?
It definitely looks like the damage is catching up to the 58 now of Sean Angel. He's lost out to James Gibson once more, and Nugroho is now attacking him for the 7th position.
Think about those tires, too.
Yep. That spin
probably
actually
killed them.
That spin originally probably could have gotten those tires up to temp quicker than the rest of the field around him, which is why he probably looked faster at the start. But now that damage that was done to those tires is probably taking its toll now.
I think the reason why the 4 had such problems with the 13s, because he's just a straight line bullet. I think we're going to watch
Speaking of straight line bullet, Jake Stavinoff flying past the 13 of Daniel Voiles down into the braking zone at the end of the straight. And he's going to clear before they even get down to the last 2 corners. Speaking of last 2 corners, Ray Takada and Jeff McLennan. McLennan's still struggling for pace at the moment, but he's still running in about right around where he qualified in 11th place. Ryan Bolden following as well. Great run around the outside of the last corner. Can he clear Takada into turn 1 to keep the position? Yes, he will. Great defense from the rookie Jeff McLennan as Will Hoyt slips down the inside of Bolden.
This is Subaru's bread and butter.
Bolden goes to side draft on the entry to the corner there to try and squirrel up the 17, but he cannot keep the grip on the inside there. Mitchell Mark trying to get through on Mitchell Carter here for 34th place. Carter just continuing to fall down the order.
I think he has damage on the side.
On the side of the 69 car?
The other side.
Possibly. I don't see any damage. No, he's clean. He's clean. Out front, though, is still Chris Dodd with a 1:18.7 last time by Van Dalen with a 1:18.6. But a 1:18.0 from Jake Stevens, almost a second quicker than the race leader and Season 5 champ. Meanwhile, Daniel Voiles returning the favor to Jake Stavinoff for that 8th position, and he's going to get back through. Stavinoff tries to keep his nose in it, but he's not going to stay alongside into that last corner. Voiles gets back through.
That would have been a very...
Jeff McLennan leaning on his team owner, not afraid to ruffle some feathers in his series debut, back down the inside to take 10th.
I was just about to say that sticking it on the outside in the final corner is not the smartest move.
But it worked out.
But he backed out. The 90 did. And I really did think that McLennan was just going to turn his boss into the pit wall.
The top 4 cars are starting to converge on one another.
Dodd leading Van Dalen, Figueroa, Stevens, and Tescar's not far back either. These top 5 cars are all within about 2 to 3 seconds of each other. And then it's a 5-second gap back to Daniel Drew, who is obviously struggling in that Ditech Van Dalen car.
But it's being
being
well to hold
helped.
everyone back.
It's being helped by everyone behind him cannibalizing.
Voiles is immediately going back on to the inside, or to the inside of DeMax and clearing him before the end of the straightaway.
I don't know if what I said earlier was true, or if DeMax just has not.
Oh, crash! Allison Figueroa into the tire wall!
Oh, no.
From the top 5! She was 3rd
A
position!
good straightaway car.
Alright, we are... And an engine failure for Jake Stevens from 4th! 3rd and 4th
Those
place
two
in the
things-
race!
Why?
Both are done! Out of the race! Oh, and an
Those two
awkward
things-
spot for Jake Stevens to be stationary on the racetrack! Everybody needs to look out! Yuki Tamura gets into Gianna! Who Gianna is
Oh,
a
big
massive
crash.
accident as a result! People going everywhere trying to miss the accident site in turn 2! Everybody's
there's oil
spinning
on the
out
track.
trying to find it!
There's oil on the track.
The largest crash we've ever seen here at
One
Canadian
car
Tire,
on
and
the wood.
upside down is
Upside
Yuki
down.
Tamura. Oh my goodness!
Big guy with damage.
So many cars involved. That was just the worst spot ever for Jake Stevens to go stopped on the racetrack. And just like that, 2 of the 3 rookies that were up in the top 5 on the initial start are gone. What in the world has happened here? We need to go back and look at multiple replays of this.
Everything was so calm. It was like they were racing really hard, but it was calm.
Jake Stevens
hit
is
the
out of the
fan.
race. Hujiyan is out of the race. Yuki Tamura is out of the race, as is Kyle Bichelia. And damage for the 63 of Brandon Crasta. He's into the pits. I saw damage on Ryan Reed's car. Alex Bignacco spun, but I don't think he hit anything during that accident. Jeffrey Finguy's got major damage. Aiden Shepard's got major damage. So does Logan Hill.
Oh,
I can only
that
describe,
is.
I can only describe what I saw.
Engine
as-
failure, William Duncan! Another mechanical failure!
Oh my god, you
These
didn't
teams
even
are
have time to
breaking
finish
out the
the sentence.
cobwebs on these engines right now.
Well, think about it. It was a long off season this year.
Eugene DeMax is going to sneak through.
They really hadn't gotten the chance to try some of the engines out.
But Logan Hill might.
Subaru in specific had a complete
Out of the way.
restructuring.
No, he's getting off the track. He's all right. Stavon, Eugene DeMax fighting hard.
My bad. Subaru and Civic had a complete restructuring of their
Yeah, they
motorsport
did.
program.
Yeah, that just erased all my optimism.
Back up into sixth goes Eugene DeMax. Voiles all over the back of Daniel Giroux. I think we can breathe for a second and look at a couple replays because there's a couple that need to be looked over, especially the big one that just happened on the
So what I-
9th lap of the season.
Well,
So what I was going to get at is that Shea as well is completely new to the series.
Yes, they are.
So it's the two basically new manufacturers we're going to watch
Sean
Sean Angel
Angel
here.
on the first lap of the season, second corner, makes a dive bomb move on Patrick Smith, and yes, it just looks like he broke later than the 77, and Patrick wasn't expecting him to be down his inside. And what an absolute error to make to start off this season between the
And
only
Curtis
two
nowhere to
Canadian
go,
drivers
just
in the
as a
field.
bystander.
Yeah,
Well,
Curtis.
it's you can go both ways because it's lap one. You're supposed to be making moves, but also it's lap one of the race.
I'm here. What did I miss?
And yeah, just there was
missed the
nothing
wall.
Patrick can do from the moment that
Everything.
Sean Angel got squeezed into the corner. They were on the grass. They were not going to save
Yeah.
that, and around he went. And DJ Curtis, like you said, just an innocent bystander, out of the race immediately as the season starts.
Now that's gotta suck because DJ got the worst
And
end of
then
that. He didn't even
just-
get to continue.
Just before all of the chaos that ensued, Allison Figueroa got involved in a major accident in the second to last corner, and I think it was at the hands of the man who blew an engine just 2 corners later.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Jake Stevens turned the 98 while trying to take third away from Figueroa. Nearly rejoined the racetrack into the pit wall, slid up into the 26, and I almost have to wonder, he was coming down the front straightaway, shifting up through the gears, and I almost wonder if he flustered himself from the accident and misshifted.
Yeah, there's a money shift.
and now, yeah, before, and now I get to say what I was gonna say before Subaru ruined my optimism, which is what I witnessed was nothing short of a catastrophic loss of talent.
And Stevens had nowhere to go, and then Yuki Tamura just, panicked. Yuki had nowhere to go.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go. Like, there's a whole line of cars there.
She doesn't realize that the cars, that there's going to be no room because Jian Hu just doesn't move.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Jian Hu is expected to, give the space, a little bit of space there.
She realizes, tries to find a gap, can't. Oh my god. What a hit. And then the track is blocked. There's everybody scattering everywhere, panicking on the racetrack.
There's oil on the track because of Jake Stevens.
Somehow Yuki ends up upside down and all that. I don't know. Oh, Alex spun into her.
Yeah, the oil.
Yeah, it's an omen.
And as a result of the opening 10 laps of the season, we are down 10 cars. That is the craziest start to a season we've ever seen in WTSS. We have a lapper ahead of the leaders here. That's Brandon Krasta in the 63. As Chris Dodd has now been caught by the rookie Sebastian Van Dalen for the race lead.
Oh yeah, Krasta's already being lapped. What happened?
He had to pit for the damage sustained in the big accident in turn 2.
Oh.
So his car is wounded, and yeah, he's about 10 miles an hour slower down the straights here than Dodd, so he's gonna not get past here, but obviously gonna be getting blue flags here. Ryan Reed has finally come in for his damage repairs.
Was there not a yellow? I don't remember if we do yellows.
We don't do yellows on road courses.
Alright.
Dodd's gonna want to get past as soon as possible.
Yep, there he is.
What I was gonna say is we're not even 20% through the race yet, and we already had a catastrophic crash.
Yep. Krasta trying to stay on the lead lap here, but it's going to be all for nothing. The 8 car, even with a few lap older tires than the 63, the straightaway speed is wounded on that 63 car.
He's going to give it everything he's got, though. It's going to bring Van Dalen.
Where Dodd gets it done. Down the
Where
inside.
is it?
He'll be on the preferred line here on the inside. And 63 will have to give way on the exit because he'll be on the exit curb. Yep. And now they're going to catch Patrick Smith and Ryan Reed here shortly. So there's going to be it's going to be a race of traffic. Jeffrey Finguy's got damage. I don't know if that was from the accident or if that just happened. I think
that was the
accident. From the accident, yeah.
It was from the accident.
Yeah, I saw him get caught up in there.
He had nowhere to go.
That was him, Reed.
Cars that had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Complete racing deal there too, because I think that was a miscommunication. I don't think Jian Hu knew that Yuki Tamura had nowhere to get in, and so she.
How bad is that?
I think.
Well,
yeah,
who
I think
thought?
they both kind of turned into each other.
Yeah, well, no, Hu Jian stayed on her line. She just kept going in a straight line, following the cars ahead. I don't think she realized there was a stopped car there because there was a car directly in front of her face, so she didn't realize that she had to move over for Yuki.
It's either that or it was just that she thought there was a spot behind her. She thought Tamura could get in behind her, and that's just not how that played out.
So, how bad is it?
We just had a 13 car pileup. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, jeez.
Which is the biggest road course pileup I think in WTSS history.
And it happened on lap 9.
Happened on the 9th lap of the season.
Wow.
I will say, the 2 car is rebounding from the misfortunes.
I mean, you have fallen 16 seconds behind the leaders. You're like a second a lap slower than the leaders, Dan.
You are truly training the field.
Yeah, Rocket was trying to tell me it looks grim, but I don't know how grim.
Duncan blew an engine, just after the big one, and Yuki ended up upside down in that big crash.
It sounds like the only surviving car.
You and Jeff are battling for 8th place right now.
Yeah, Sounds about right. Was that a teammate, I think? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, McLennan.
Yeah.
Daniel Giroux is turning 1.3 seconds a lap slower than the leaders in 4th place.
Per lap.
But he is truly training these guys right now. Giroux training.
They can't get up close to him until Moss Corner, and then they lose.
It's hard
The
to follow
front
through that complex. Teskar has now caught the lead duo, so we have 2 rookies hounding a former champion for the race lead, with lap cars mixed in between.
Well, like right here, when you're up on someone's rear bumper, it's real hard to find your braking point.
Yeah, you saw that with both Teskar and.
Well, it's one of the
I mean, it
most
wasn't
difficult
just
braking
braking
zones
points,
in
also
any
Yeah,
racetrack
yeah,
because
as well.
it's a curved braking zone. Brake lockups happen a lot at this turn.
And then you add that onto the fact that you're following just so closely.
And the fact
just
that it's an
sucks.
uphill in the first corner.
It is.
Like, it's
Everything's
difficult.
working against you when you're behind.
Sebastian Van Dalen appears to be the quicker car between himself and Chris Dodd. This is going to get interesting between these two, I think. He's
Both
3 times
GM owned,
quicker.
I'm pretty sure.
Huh?
I think both are GM manufacturers.
Is Seiya a
Correct me if I'm
GM
wrong.
manufacturer?
Pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure Seiya is not GM.
No, I'm pretty sure Seiya's independent.
I've heard. Do they? Hold on.
Are you thinking of?
I
Are you
swear
thinking
they've
of
other
Vauxhall?
Volkswagen.
Are you thinking of Vauxhall?
Oh, fuck.
Hold on.
Side by side, Ray Takeda down the inside of Fabio Vitabasa.
Oh. My bad. That was a
Trying to swing it
rumor.
around the outside at turn 2. That's a bold attempt. It's a successful attempt. Stay side by side around the outside of turn 2. Inside at turn 3.
Hey, Fabio, can you do God's work, please?
Cannot.
Thanks.
My
do it,
bad,
though.
they're
And that might
Volkswagen.
allow Shrimp Engerts to get in there. Oh, does not
No, it
quite.
doesn't.
Giroux absolutely holding the whole field up. It is a tale of 2 fields at this point. Causing chaos in the process.
Oh,
That's
Right.
where
It's
they
looking-
lose all the time.
he was looking to go 3.
Yeah, it's just a cycle. They keep messing up Moss, and then spend the rest of the lap getting back up.
Yeah, because I get through the corner.
That one's long.
I get through the
Chris
corner
Dodd
fine, and then they stuck
just
up.
barely keeping Sebastian Van Dalen back as the leaders are about to catch Patrick Smith and Ryan Reed, who, yes, are on fresher tires, but have wounded race cars from separate incidents in this race. It's been a clean run since the big crash earlier. Jeff McLennan starting to eat up his tires a bit. He's dropped from 9th to 11th now. Will Hoyt has now caught the Giroux train.
Huh.
Former winner here at Canadian Tire. Nope, not former winner here at Canadian Tire.
No, that's wrong.
Will Hoyt
I
was
swear
the-
they had.
Will Hoyt lost this race on the last lap.
Whatever.
Oh, look at McLennan around the outside on Vitabasa. A very aggressive move for the rookie, but can't find a way through. Look at Voiles peeking through the left-hander downhill, trying everything.
But just can't get around.
Absolute chaos. Here comes Will Hoyt down the inside of Jake Stavinaugh there for 7th.
I think it was Vauxhall.
Because Vauxhall is GM.
Yeah, I think it is.
But the straight line speed on that Ford of Stavinaugh there keeps him ahead of Will Hoyt there down at the end of the straight. And Giroux, he's also got a crazy straight line car as well. But that car's
Who's
got
your
no
dad?
cornering.
That car, I think the straight line speed is what's saving.
That's a
the real
quali
honestly.
setup on that 2 car. That is a... This car will eat through the tires, but it has great straight line speed.
That's pretty accurate.
Oh, look at that. It's getting worse by the lap, by the way. You're
The damn
you're almost
Giroux, I
2
will
seconds a
stop.
lap slower now.
Oil's getting up there sooner and sooner.
Yes, he is. Right up to the back of the
He's
2
also
now.
breaking away from Demax.
Up to
and
turn
Co.
3, Voiles. Oh!
Ooh, he looked.
Giroux hugs it in the middle of the racetrack. Just basically pinned Voiles in there.
Making that car so wide.
Yeah, I've never seen an Audi get wider.
Through the left-hander, up the run, up to Moss. Here comes DeMax with a huge run.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Aggressive dive bomb on Daniel Voiles, and he sneaks it down the inside of Giroux for 4th place. And the Season 3 champ gets through.
He's basically freed now.
And now everybody is going for it. Wilhoit's gotten through on Stavenall and is now going to try and follow Daniel Voiles through on Daniel Giroux.
There's too many Daniels.
Don't do it, Dom, and get stuck behind it too.
Side by side, Voiles on Giroux. There's nothing.
The
That 2 car's got
floodgates
nothing left.
are
Wilhoit
open.
almost into the back of the 2 car there.
You fucking idiot.
Sorry,
Practically
sorry,
pushing him through the last couple corners.
Oh, I ain't talking about
Won't
you.
be.
I don't know why you
Oh, and he
Stavenall
blocks
goes
off
for the move.
Stavenall
Oh, okay.
at the last second to get down the inside of Giroux into turn 1.
That's not going to be received well.
Interesting maneuver.
Side by side, and now it's Stavenall around the outside of Giroux, and yeah, that 2 car's dropping like a stone. He's almost dropped out of the top 10 already. Look at Crown! Whoa! Way down the inside in the Fingai Saitomi car!
Roberto Brown.
The Connecticut man.
Yeah, floodgates have opened with Giroux.
Oh, he's done.
Tires
Yeah.
are just gone.
He's cooked that car completely.
He's lapping 4 seconds
Well,
slower.
I don't really think he had
Almost
much.
into the back of Crown there.
I don't really know he had much to begin with. He's been kind of off the pace compared to the front of the field the entire race. Compared to the front of the field.
It's now 21 seconds from 3rd to 4th as a result of Daniel Giroux.
Yeah, there's no coming back from that unless you do a.
It would take some pit strategy, but it's not undoable.
Leaders. Not a whole lot that can be done there.
There's still 61 laps, 62 laps to go in this race, so it's
Yeah, we're about quarter distance now.
undoable.
Still, it's not possible.
Just gonna have to take some out of the box thinking. I feel like.
I think an undercut strategy would be the way to go.
It would have to.
Oh man! Angritz and Takeda nearly touch on the run down to turn 2, with Shrimp Angritz getting the position away from the Crescent Enterprises Hyundai. The top 3 have no lapped cars in between them anymore. Teskar has cleared Krasta, and as has Benyako for position back there. And they're now finally encroaching on the same track position as Patrick Smith and Ryan Reed, and soon we'll have to deal with those lapped cars as well. Oh, Metro Carter's just slow. Never mind.
I can tell you what I thought it was earlier. I thought they had badge engineered with GM before.
What's up?
Oh my god.
Yes. I thought they had badge engineered with
what?
GM before. That's what it was. But that is the Giroux train. That is absolutely
what?
what's happening right now.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. That was the Giroux train.
Yes, it is. He's now fallen out of the top 10 once Angritz gets through here. Yep, he's down to 11th. And we'll keep following as McLennan sneaks through. And possibly even Bolden if he doesn't fill the hole, but he does.
That car was made for hot lapping.
That car's made for a
Yeah,
short
not for a
track
long
is what
run,
it is.
I think.
As down the inside goes Bolden now.
Oh, the
It's all
car's
falling
junk.
apart.
He's reporting over the radio the car is junk.
Oh,
Contact! And he's been put out of his misery by Ray Takeda! Daniel Giroux is out of the race 22 laps in!
Hyundai terrorism
Blood is
strikes
on your
again.
hands. The blood is on your hands.
Fucking Hyundai terrorism.
Dan was in the top 10.
Daniel Giroux had fallen
should
from
not
4th to
have been in the
13th in the
top
span
10.
of 3 laps.
So, hey Dan, welcome to the Hyundai Hate Club.
What happened there? Was that Dan coming over into the front of Takeda, or was that Takeda moving into him?
Well,
A drone.
Oh, it's a little bit of both.
Wow.
Dan moved over, Takeda late braked, and they made contact.
That's just a
Racing incident, in my
Yeah,
opinion, there
yeah,
from Ray
that's
It's a
Takeda.
racing deal.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of was a racing deal, but I'm still on the hate Hyundai train.
kind of a racing deal, but if I were to put blame, I would kind of lean towards the 50.
Well, Takeda's the attacking
where
car,
is
so it is
C77?
technically on her to make it a clean overtake, but yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
It is on
But I
her
don't
to
think she
make
was
a
expecting
clean
Dan to
overtake.
move over in the coming up to the braking zone either.
Probably.
I
not.
mean, hard to say because you gotta get ready for the corner.
Just sucks for Drew.
Yeah, I
Just
know.
trying whatever he could to
And that's
keep it.
2 DNFs to open off his WTSS career. He DNF'd the rookie shootout with a mechanical failure, and he's crashed out 22 laps into his debut clean chase.
Wonderful.
What I'm to 77?
You got wrecked by Sean Angel, turn 2, lap 1. The only 2 Canadian drivers in the field crashing together on the first lap in Canada.
The fans probably left. There were probably
I would assume at
fans that
least a
left and
percentage
drove.
of the fans literally walked out.
There were a number of fans.
Can we get a replay? Can we get a replay of that?
In a minute.
We've seen it. Yeah, they left in droves.
Oh, that's just all on Sean. He just swung over into the side of the 77, and DJ Curtis was just an innocent bystander and all that.
Poor DJ.
Nowhere to go, and he got and as we've already said, he got the worst of it.
He did. It was the only
DJ
one
when he
DNF.
loses owners.
Top 3 are under a blanket for the lead still. 1.5 seconds separating the top 3 as the 2 lap cars right in front of Chris Dodd of Patrick Smith and Ryan Reed. Reed moves out of the way for the 8. I think he was trying to attempt an overtake on Patrick Smith, but he ends up inadvertently moving out of the way. But he's got fresher tires than the 8, so he'll get the traction off, but the straight line speed will be wounded on that damaged number 90 car, and Dodd will be right back on him here. Yep.
These guys are going to be pains to get past.
Yep, Dodd's going to be down the inside here.
Yeah, Dodd's fine.
But the fresher tires
No,
on
he
the
doesn't.
90 keeps the lead lap for now. I mean, there is a bit
And
of
Van
a...
Dalen is right there now.
Yep, that Van
Closest he's
Dalen,
been.
Sebastian Van Dalen. As Teskar is not far
Tescar's
behind
closest
either.
he's been.
Yes, it is. 21.5 for Chris Dodd. The longer that he's in traffic, the longer he's going to keep losing time to the cars behind that are flying at the moment now. It's complete hot lapping back here from DeMax onwards. These are all drivers that were stuck behind Dan Drew for so long that I think they've almost saved their tires by being stuck behind him for as long as they did because of how slow that 2 car was moving.
He was.
No offense.
He cost them 20 seconds.
He cost them 20 seconds. He held them back for almost 20 laps.
Well, I mean, let's see how Dodd kind of navigates through traffic before we go into green flag pit stops.
Yeah.
What position?
Dan, you are going to be finishing 31st. There are 30 cars remaining in this race.
Great.
Well,
Unless
I mean, yeah, it's a bad day for Dytek Van Dalen because Alex got involved in the big wreck as well. As battle for second, Teskar. Cale Teskar Jr. down the inside on Sebastian Van Dalen with a run.
And that's what Dodd's going to want to see.
Yes, Dodd is going to want to
He's
see that.
trying
If
to-
he can clear
Still
Ryan
trying
Reed.
to get past Reed.
But he can't. Teskar down the inside. Keeps it alongside Van Dalen down to the last 2 corners. That's crucial as they stay wheel to wheel. Door to door. Van Dalen digs deeper on the outside of the last corner. But he's through.
This is what he. This is what he didn't want to see in his mirror is that they resolved it.
He managed to clear ahead of Benyako as Teskar gets the second position away, but now has nearly 2 seconds to make up on Dodd. The gap was 24 seconds when Eugene DeMax cleared Daniel Giroux earlier on. It has now gone to 22.6. They've only gained 1.4 seconds, but they've still got 57 laps to go.
And 2 pit stops.
And 2 pit cycles, yes. Easily any of these top 3 or all 3 of them could eventually end up adjusting worse than the cars behind. As the lap traffic is still being a pain in these leaders right now because they all have fresher tires in the leaders and we know how hard the tire fall off is here. So they're fighting their own races because they have their own on-track battles going on. And Dodd is actually almost losing time.
Losing ground.
Yeah.
He is begging for a pit stop right now.
Probably not. I mean, he would much rather dispatch the latch cars ahead of him and just to give himself a buffer.
He's not.
Well, I don't think he's losing time now because of these guys. I think he's just slower than these guys because the tires are falling off now. But at the same time, you pit super early and you have to 3-stop this race, so you got to be very careful.
We we have reached the point where you can do everything equidistant.
Yep.
Is anyone going to take the boring strategy?
However you define as boring.
I don't think they are. I think they're. I think a lot of the strategy is going to wait until the second stop.
Yep, now that we've hit
It's
lap
supposed to be in
27,
13th.
we've split the race into threes. Yes. Chalk
I mean, I
that
know
up to some great wreck avoidances and honestly good pace.
Yeah, there's
Ever
attrition has
since-
definitely helped too.
Yeah, the tire wear is just so... Yeah, it's really starting to hit some of these leaders because Alex Bignacco just actually unlapped himself from Sebastian Van Dalen. And in
Max-
fact, we have our first pit stop of the race that is an actual pit cycle stop, and that is Sean Angel coming in the 58. Yes, that is for some damage repairs too, but that is a 4-tire stop for Sean Angel.
The Max hasn't really gained much since the first few laps of being free. But he's been chipping away at
Well,
it.
that's the thing is that
Slowly but surely.
these lapped cars are not slowing Chris Dodd down. That's the thing is that it's...
Yeah. They might actually be helping.
They're not quite, but maybe a little bit of draft. DeMax is undercutting. In fact, all of the people that have been stuck behind Andrew, two of the drivers that were stuck behind Dan Giroux, DeMax and Voiles immediately into the pits. Undercutting.
That's a smart play.
The only difficulty with that is if you get out of the pits and you're right behind somebody who hasn't pit yet. Traffic does matter here.
Yeah, it's going to be crucial for them to
It's
get
a smart
Bolden's
play, but still not great. Not a great position.
Now Dodd is getting held up. He just lost ground because he got stuck behind there.
Yeah, he lost like 3/10 the last lap.
He just about lost a second to that sector just now.
Yeah. And now it's hurting. Right as I said, is it helping? It's not helping.
Any takers? DeMax and
DeMax,
Voiles out.
Voiles, and Bolden have all come in. None of the leaders have yet to commit. None of the top three. Teskar has now caught Chris Dodd.
I don't understand why you don't pit yet.
It's
if
the
you're
safer
Dodd.
option to overcut. It's when you have a 24-second gap, it's the safer option to overcut. It just is.
Absolutely is.
I'm more mean in like test cars all over you, but I kind of understand it.
Will Hoyt into the pits in the 17. McLennan is not following him in. That was an overtake on Shrimp Angrits. Scott Roush and Chris Louvier are in. Alex Bignacco all over the back of Cale Teskar now, trying to unlap himself from the 26. That 29 actually still has decent pace, even with the damage.
Yeah, I think that's helping Dodd because he's taken up Teskar's
distracting him.
Yeah, taking up Teskar's attention.
Now, a one-lap overcut can gain you serious ground on the other car you're battling with. Will Hoyt actually almost jumped DeMax out of the pits there, so that shows you the one-lap overcut can really help you track position-wise, but it's getting the tires up to temp when your outlap is the important one. Bolden is going to stay ahead of Roush and Louvier there.
I mean,
DeMax is in, or Dodd is in.
Oh, Dodd's in.
Chris Dodd is into the pits. The other two of Cale Teskar Jr. and Sebastian Louvier stay out, so they're going to go for an overcut on the leader here. Sebastian Van Dalen.
Sorry.
Is McLennan gonna come in?
Doesn't look like any other takers here in this little second group. There's Ray Takeda into the pits.
Frazier? No.
Nope.
No, he just went a bit
Elijah
wide.
Innes comes in. And there is Eugene DeMax on fresh tires, trying to clear
Being
the
held up
as
by
quick
it.
as possible.
Ooh.
He gets into the 92. He's getting anxious now, trying to get track position here.
I don't blame him at this point.
Round the outside, fresher tires.
He needs to.
92 making it real difficult on him.
He does get clear.
Is that for
There it is.
position?
No, that's
No.
not. Well, it technically. No, it's not. Never mind. He's a lap behind him.
Yeah, no, I don't understand it.
Chris Dodd has come out of the pits, of course, miles ahead because he was already miles ahead. But he's crucially got out ahead of this entire group. Wong Zawat, Frazier, Mark Nutt, and Arnie Nugroho.
That's not what that's not what Kill Test Car would have wanted to see.
Van Dalen goes another lap. You cannot split this race into two. You cannot go 41 laps on fuel.
What is the actual higher limit?
I've never seen anybody go further than 33 laps, but
Ingridson.
Yep.
we've switched engine packages this season, so it could go slightly further than that this season. McLennan.
I was say yeah, because
stays
CTS
on.
has a smaller fuel box.
This
for
is
fuel
this
cell
is
than-
this is this is cup physics now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because CTS does have a smaller fuel.
Mitchell
cell.
Mark is in. Same with James Gibson. DeMax has clean air now to just go and pound in the laps. Dodd has been overcut by Cale Testcar Jr. The one-lap overcut in effect already. They were close enough together that one lap of an overcut was enough to get Cale Testcar the track position. But now, cold tires. Can he maintain said track position? He's 10 miles an hour slower on corner entry to that right-hander at turn 3.
I think Dodd might have a problem at Moss.
If he catches him there. He might catch him just right at
He's
the exit.
catching.
Oh, he kind of
Oh.
runs wide, but he doesn't really. Dodd will have a chance to catch right back up here. Meanwhile, out front, into the pits is Sebastian Van Dalen, which means that Stavinaugh is also in. Does anybody go further than lap 31?
It's not looking like it.
Lennon comes in.
Oh, cold tires for
Ooh.
Teskar! Dodd nearly gets into him! Oh my goodness! Look at through the
Those slow
final
down
corner,
together,
Dodd
might
trying to
have
cross him
given
up.
Van Dalen to win.
Dodd down the inside into
He
one
looks
on
under for turn
Teskar.
one.
There's the
There's
move.
Van Dalen! They
he's gonna
both
do
get
it.
ahead of him! Dodd takes the
He had-
lead back.
I think he had to wait on the team of his father.
No.
Pretty sure he had to wait on an Audi.
Oh yeah, on the Van Dalen Autosport car. Yes, Sebastian Van Dalen having to wait on his father's team to finish their pit as well. Chris Dodd keeps the lead, but barely. And now, Teskar has a one-lap advantage. Now, once the tires get up to temp, he'll have better grip and better purchase than the A car. But he overshoots again through Moss
Not
Corner.
only he's going to be closer. Well, he was going to be closer than he was before until he went wide.
Dodd with a massive advantage now that his tires are still fully up to temp before Kale's have gotten up to temp yet. Same with Van Dalen. I think 2-lap overcut was not the right call in terms of the leaders pitting. Eugene DeMax is absolutely soaring. He just turned his fastest lap of the race. So did Chris Dodd. Chris Dodd just turned his fastest lap of the race. 6th quickest lap of the entire race. So there is a possibility they've made resounding adjustments on that car. Eugene DeMax cut the advantage from 22 seconds down to 12 with his undercut strategy. That was a brilliant pit call from the 4 team. He's also
But how
managed
will
to
he-
maintain the pace because he's flown away from Voiles.
How will he pay the price later, though? Because he will. They're
I don't know. Will Hoyt now trying to clear the lapper of Jeffrey Finn guy. He's
Yeah, of
gotten
course.
6th out of this pit cycle. Fabio Vitabassa and Shrimp Angritz. That's for
I
9th
thought-
place. Angritz takes the
thought
position
that
away
was
from
gonna happen.
Vitabassa. That's Scott Roush versus Roberto Crown Jr. Roush taking 11th place away from the 46th. Crown fighting
Don't
back
be-
around the outside, trying to get it back.
Don't
Can't
be
do it.
fooled by the position. That 6 car driver is a fish out of water.
So Teskar is going to have some work to do. Dodd improves his best lap, an 18.3, but Teskar does an 18.5, so he's not far off pace-wise now that his tires are getting up to temp 2, and they will equalize eventually with that 1 lap advantage going to Teskar. Sebastian Van Dalen and Patrick Smith are kind of existing together, coexisting back here, but Van Dalen is still having trouble finding a way past his own father's car in Patrick Smith, that team owned by Akari Van Dalen. Eugene DeMax in the 4 is 12.5 seconds back with a tire deficit now to the leaders, but he gained enough ground with the undercut he pulled in the first pit cycle.
Gonna want to hope that Smith holds up Van Dalen hard.
Yep.
It's
not going to be much of a contest though, because the moment that Van Dalen gets the clean air, he's going to have like 7 lap fresher tires than DeMax, so it's not really going to matter in the long run. It's that DeMax is not going to want to get traffic from Patrick Smith. That's going to be where it comes from, the gap.
Smith just pulled away hard, though.
Jake Stevens in the 18 has the fastest lap of the race. So Rocket Atkinson actually showing some really good pace out of their cars. Stevens not up in the top 10, though, where he started.
He broke down.
Oh, Stevens is one of the cars that was involved in the big one. Okay.
Because he broke down.
Yeah, because he's out. The car's destroyed.
He was the one that... I wouldn't say... He's not responsible, but he's the one that started it.
Yeah. Mitchell Carter just turned his first lap in the sub 1 minute 20 mark.
Congratulations.
He's got some damage on that car from the accident earlier, but yeah, it's just not a good day for the 69.
I mean, it's also a...
Teskar responds. I think the tires have equalized now. Teskar was a 10th quicker than Dodd that time by. So keep an eye on that. Will Hoyt and Jake Stavenot just turned quicker laps than the leader that time by. So, keep an eye out there. Bolden looks to be struggling a bit on his speed. Same with the 6 of Scott Roush, but I think he just has older tires. I think he's on the same undercut strategy that DeMax was on. I know Ryan Reed is. I know Ryan Reed is on an undercut strategy by quite some margin. Oh! Nugroho, that's Alex Bignacco, who still has not pit yet since his damage repair pit stop. So he's lacking grip compared to the cars around him right now. Actually, that's Sean Angel too, who pit a little bit early as well with his damage repairs. Yeah. Another 10th gained by Teskar, or half a 10th gained by Teskar, so he's starting to just chip away at Chris Dodd's lead here. Van Dalen is struggling to get past Patrick Smith. That is going to open the door for Eugene DeMax to approach for a podium here briefly. If he just can't find a way through.
That is the Stevens, right?
That's
Stevens is out.
Of course,
Yeah,
of course, Van Dalen is the son of Patrick's car owner.
Jack McLennan just turned a really quick lap.
Sure.
4th fastest lap of the race for McLennan just now, in 14th.
Who is the fastest?
Fastest is Jake Stevens, but he's not in the race anymore. Holy.
Oh, by a wide margin.
Arnie Nugroho has the 2nd fastest lap of the race.
Where'd that come from?
Starter.
Scary.
What about Mitchell Carter?
What? I was just asking where'd that come from?
I thought Constantine said something about Carter.
I did not.
Okay. Nugroho is flying right now. I don't know what adjustment they just put in that car, but I don't know. They're going to have to unadjust it when they get to the end of the race so they can pass Tech, probably. Teskar with another 10th gain. He's just chipping away 10th after 10th on the 8 car. He's quicker than Dodd with that 1 lap tire advantage, and it's showing. The question is, how long can he maintain it? Dodd is more experienced. He'll be able to hold his tires better, I would imagine. They're going to catch Jeffrey Finguy again here.
I was going to say, they got Finguy to contend with.
But Finguy is nearly 2.5 seconds slower per lap than these guys, so I think He'll be an easier pass to make than someone like Patrick Smith. Chris Louviere, what a recovery drive. 33rd in qualifying. He's actually ahead of his teammate who qualified 11th in this race. Louviere actually just flying.
And doused in it with corn juice.
Takeda overshoots the corner.
Lol.
Four tenths gained from test car that lap. Maybe Dodd's tire's starting to feel it now. Or maybe his car's just not handling that great either. Could be a combination of both, too.
It is only one lap.
McLennan is still the fastest car on the racetrack. He's just stuck behind Ray Takeda. Oh, yeah, look at that. Test car is flying. He's now under a second back. He's gaining like a half a second a lap now.
That car definitely not handling the
I
way.
definitely don't think Finn Guy's going to play a big factor in it. I think this group, Krasta, Frazier, and Carter, they're going to play the biggest factor with the leaders here.
If they don't wreck each other.
Yep, that's also a good point. Alex Constantine battling with James Gibson there. That's for 24th place.
I'm sorry, but every time I see them go up that hill, I think they're going to get together.
It must have been a bad pit cycle for the 64 team.
Perspective.
I think it was just he went in very late, so I think he kind of felt the pain of the overcut.
Oh, Louviere trying to keep the position from Ray Takeda, but is under attack from the 50 here. They touch coming into the corner there at the end of the straight.
Very aggressive.
And the two teammates nearly come together. McLennan with fresher tires than Louviere. Louviere was one of your undercut drivers. He's starting to feel the pain now of his older tires. And the rookie McLennan gets back down the inside. Man,
I think you're right. I think the tires are
4,000
starting to age.
Test cars cut it down to 1.1 seconds at start-finish last time by. But it looks like Dodd's opened the gap back up a bit here this lap. Maybe he was just saving his stuff a bit. Or maybe a mistake from test car. He is still a rookie after all. DeMax has not fallen very far back at all. He's only lost about a second and a half since the pit cycle. Ryan Reed's into the pits. He's off cycle from everybody else.
That's going to be a big W for that 4 car if they can hang on to being 13 seconds back.
McLennan now chasing Ray Takeda for 12th, having overtaken his teammate Chris Louviere just now. Benyako also comes in. He's off cycle as well. Shrimp Angertz versus Fabio Vitabassa for 9th place.
Wow, for the lead. Kale test car wants it. Dodd has it. Around the outside. Turns to the inside. Kale test car Jr. Gonna find a way to lead the race. Once again on lap 41. Halfway point gonna be next time by.
That it will.
What a move.
And the rookie leads in the opening race.
But now...
First pass for the lead on track, too.
But now the issue is he has to deal with the 92.
And as you just saw just now, Cale Teskar Jr. taking the lead of the race from Chris Dodd as we just hit to the halfway point. The rookie out front as Jeffrey Finguy, the lapper, approaches the leaders.
I think that's what cost Dodd the
No, it didn't.
lead, partially.
Really being held up by the 92.
They'll get him down the front straightaway here. Oh, but Dodd's going to sneak down the inside before Teskar can make the move into turn 1 to try and get the position back. Side by side for the lead on the run up to turn 2.
Can't get past the 92.
Dodd swings it around the outside. Teskar is now going to be on the outside for turn 3 as we have a fight for third going on between DeMax and Sebastian Van Dalen, but all of the attention is on the battle for the lead. Heading up to Moss Corner. Tescar's going to dive it down the inside on Finguy down to the corner, but he can't quite do it. The leader's dealing with the 92 car. Oh, they almost come together for the lead. Dodd gets it back from Teskar.
But it's the same thing again. Now Dodd has to deal with the 92. That's
the 92 causing massive issues with this lead battle. They just
can't dispose of him.
The 92's got fresher tires than them. So through the corners, you can't just outbrake him like that. You got to use your straightaway speed advantage. Like that. Down the inside into 1, off camber, outside lane. Allows Dodd to sneak through. Allows Teskar to get alongside, and will get through here on the outside. Preferred line for the 26. The leaders get through on Jeffrey Finguy and continue on their merry way. Now,
not yet.
With Dodd.
No,
yes, yet. The straightaway speed is so broken on the 92. Battle for 5th, Daniel Voiles, Tristan Wilhoit, Ryan Reed. They've all caught Voiles, who seems to be really struggling late in this run. No longer a factor in the battle for a podium, maybe not even for a top 5 here. Stavenall right there as well. Then you have Engritz unlapping himself from the 60, or relapping the 63, with Bolden behind and Fabio Vitabasa your top 10.
So he's going to make up all that time again. The 26s. Because of a lapper.
Go within a second. But how much of the tires did they have to abuse in order to get past the 92?
It doesn't look like much. Then 8 straight back on it. Teskar keeping up with him. They are the 2 of the class of the field right now. As DeMax has gotten alongside Sebastian Van Dalen for that 3rd position. Side by side through turn number 3.
Almost contact, but not quite. As I think DeMax has this.
DeMax trying
not
to
quite
clear.
clear.
Van Dalen stays alongside, but he's not on the preferred line on the run down to Moss Corner. Unless he clears through here, he can't fight it on the outside. There's just no grip around here. Through Moss. DeMax inside on the 81 of Sebastian Van Dalen, and the Season 3 champ gets through.
Shows him the rumble strip.
Teskar versus Dodd still. Under a second between the 2 of them, even still with
I don't think he's really gained this lap,
this time. Well, any gains now are in hundredths of a second, not tenths. Teskar cuts it just under a tenth on that lap gained there. Half a second between them. They're going to catch Mitchell Carter here. He's 2 seconds a lap off the pace with that damage he sustained early on. DeMax is now clean ahead of the 81, not having to fight him at all. Scott Roush versus Fabio Vitabassa for the 10th position. But don't look now, but they're all putting themselves vulnerable to Ray Takeda and Jeff McLennan. Side by side for 2 rows. Roush trying to stay alongside Vitabassa.
Avanov gets by his teammate. Not important.
Teskar still right there with Dodd, ready to strike at any moment if Dodd makes a mistake. And the 50 of Ray Takeda is reporting a fuel system issue on that car. Fuel pressure gauge showing misleading readings possibly. Or the fuel pump. Yeah, it's fuel pump. She cannot get any acceleration off the corner. She's not getting enough gas to the engine.
This is...
McLennan is going to be the one that gets held up here. Louviere gets through. Roberto Crown Jr. and Elijah Innes trying to follow. She's going to have to pit here for that damage. She's going to have to pit here for that issue. They're going to have to find a... Yeah, she's going to move out of the way here. McLennan gets into Roberto Crown Jr.
Oh!
They get into Ray Takeda while she comes into the pits. And amazingly, they get away with all of it.
That should have ended in disaster.
And McLennan is going to, I think, lose out to Crown here possibly. No, he rips it around the outside of the 46. Oh, they touch again into turn 2.
Oh.
I think Jeff's mad at him.
And Jeff McLennan, yeah, showing his displeasure to the 46 for leaning on him while they were trying to get past the 50. And he keeps the position, but he lost out to his teammate Chris Louviere. Out front, the gap is still about a half a second between Dodd and Teskar. These two, the class of the field. Yeah. DeMax.
Dodd pulled back out there.
DeMax is now starting to feel the pressure, the tire wear, on that 4 car. He's a few laps earlier pitter. But we will start to see that number 4 car come in here in the next 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah,
Scott Roush still attacking Vitabassa. Takeda's already back out on the racetrack, but a lap down now. So that Crescent Enterprise is a race to forget, with Hu Jian getting involved in that crash early on.
Oh, Chris Dodd pulled out massively this lap.
Dodd with a big lap this lap to get some gap on Teskar here.
That could be some of the last gasps about those tires. Wow, yeah. So those tires should not be pulling that time.
Maybe it's Tescar's tires are falling off. That shouldn't be the case. Teskar overcut him.
Here comes Louviere on Scott Roush for 11th place.
Just kind of feel that this one is inevitable.
Roush digs deeper on the outside. Ooh. Louviere pulls ahead on the corner entry, clears on the exit. Benyako trying to unlap himself from Daniel Voiles here like he did in the first run.
One blue oval passing another.
DeMax has now caught the lapper of Patrick Smith and is now going to start to feel the same pain that Van Dalen felt.
Just processed that. I just processed that Maverick left one blue oval for another.
The lapper of Ben Dover now in the way. This will be the first lap that Dodd's had a chance to go after him. So this time by, he's gonna have to make.
He's just gonna pit. No. I mean, I didn't think he would,
Taking
but that,
different lines to try and get a run on him down the front straightaway, I think.
Yeah, I think
That's
it's just
just
too early to
bizarre.
pit right now.
That 69
I mean,
car
that
is
is-
damaged.
Oh,
I mean, that just is the line you take
Goes
to
wide.
pit, so I that's why I said that.
That would be a very early pit stop. Almost would be
yes,
too early.
especially for the final stop.
Right here is the limit. If you pit right now, this is the earliest you could come in and make it to the end.
Maybe.
But
Someone
we
will-
only,
Well, remember, these guys are on lap 48. They
the earliest we
Not
saw
yet.
the latest we saw anybody stay was 31. So we'll see. Oh, Dodd trying
Might
to stay
open the
behind Mitchell
door.
Carter opens the door for Teskar. Back down the inside for the lead. They're both quicker than the 69 of Carter. Crucially,
think-
Dodd clears in front of the 26.
Aggressive maneuver.
I think Dodd's getting the O from the 69.
Down at the end of the straight, Dodd stays ahead, but the 69 car of Mitchell Carter holding up the leaders. He's trying to stay on
Still
the
a
lead
massive
lap.
issue.
He has every right to do that. I'd like to remind everybody.
Down into one, Dodd looks inside. Teskar follows alongside into turn 2, but he'll have to take the long way around turn number 2, squeezing the 69 on the corner entry to try and get him to back off, and he does. Oh, massive engine failure for the 63 of Brandon Cresta. And the Season 1 champ will go out of the race just barely past halfway.
Not to be
He's
rude,
slow.
but
Oh, get out of the way. Get out of the
Slightly
way.
close to the racing line.
Whoa.
Everybody gets through. He's going to limp it back to the pits here. Nobody else gets held up or slowed up by the 63 here.
that car was kind of on. That car was kind of on borrowed time after the wreck.
It was. Will Hoyt dealing with lapped cars that have better tires than him and now possibly for position. Jake Stavinoff.
Even off.
Now Dodd's pulling away again. Teskar just
Louvier.
does not have a great long run pace.
No, he's actually closer than he was when he went around the outside of Carter. So the gap shrinks back to 0.4. It said it grew by 0.3, but it really shrunk actually. As DeMax is under pressure from Van Dalen once again for third. Patrick Smith causing issues for these guys.
They still haven't gotten by that 77.
No, they've not. The 77's competitive enough that he's not easy to pass.
Yeah,
Which
I guess
is
there's less
rather
drag.
annoying.
Chris Louviere's gotten through on Ryan Bolden as well at some point. And
I
McLennan is
continue
falling
to-
back. Long run
The
pace
6:15.
struggles for the rookie, possibly. Lapper up ahead for the leaders once more to deal with. This time it's 3 of them. James Gibson, Bobby Fraser, and Alex Constantine. I almost have to wonder if Constantine had a pit road collision earlier, because that car has been way off the pace since the pit cycle.
It has some.
Won't be able to know until we look back and check, but right now
Oh
is
yeah,
not
there
the
is
time.
some damage.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was some damage on the right side.
That's just reflections, guys.
No,
Yeah.
other side.
Yes, it is. It's reflections. I know these cars. It does look like scrapes from certain angles, but it is just reflections. Oh, that's Will Hoyt. Still dealing with lapped cars. That's at Benyako. He's trying to just re-lap the 29 now. But Benyako's got fresher tires. Oh, man.
Yep. Trying to possibly get up to Daniel Voiles.
Yep, still trying to get up to him. Look at this battle back here. Vita Bassa's fallen off a cliff. He's nearly 2 seconds a lap slower than every other car around him. No, it's Bolden. Not Bolden's the one who's fallen off a cliff, not Vita Bassa.
Bolden just passed Vita Bassa.
Oh!
Whoa.
Elijah Innes makes contact with Scott Roush, but he gets alongside into the last corner and crucially squeaks through alongside the 6 as Vita Bassa catches Bolden on the run to turn 1. Bolden just lost out to Chris Louviere and now loses out to Fabio Vitabassa. And that 7 car is completely gone. He's got no pace left. Same with the 6 of Scott Roush. They've hit the cliff on the tires now. They've hit the maximum those tires can offer. Test car still just in the same vicinity as Chris Dodd. He doesn't have enough of a pace advantage to give them that oomph he needs to pass the 8, but he isn't slow enough to lose touch with the 8 either. It's just a seesawing, a he and hawing between the two of them. They're catching James Gibson at a rate of almost a second and a half a lap. They're going to have... I don't know if they're going to have a difficult time overtaking him, but it's definitely not going to be like he's wounded or anything. DeMax, his tires have hit the cliff as well. He was one of the early pitters to try and make up that advantage, and he's almost fallen back to the gap that he was at before he pitted.
Before too long here, he's going to be losing return on investment.
He's losing his return on investment as we hit 30 laps to go just recently. Dodd on Gibson. Test car on Dodd.
It's going to be test car on Dodd first.
It's going to be test car on Dodd. Dodd was unable to get alongside.
Yeah, Dodd has
move
just
to
had
what
terrible
Dodd
time with the lap cars. Gibson's going down.
Right in the center of the racetrack at the 75, trying to stay on the lead lap. Side by side, test car clears. And
he's going to give Dodd the he's going to give Dodd the inside here so that he doesn't get caught off.
And he's going to go down the inside into 1 on the lapper of Gibson. And now he's going to make Dodd do the same thing that he's been doing every single time Dodd has been clearing lap traffic, and that is find a way through around turn 2. Dodd squeezing the 75 into the corner the same way Test Car used to squeeze the other lap cars earlier. Pulls it off on the exit to clear the 75 and now sets to set off back after the 26 of Test Car. Tristan Wilhoit attacking for 5th place on Daniel Voiles.
What I was going to say is James is not the lap car you want to be catching if you're the leader. And you have someone right on you. He's not the best at being a lap car.
Jeff McLennan has made up 2 positions in 1 lap on Elijah Innes and Ryan Bolden as Sean Angel makes a dive to the pits for his final pit stop. He's slightly off cycle from the rest of the field, but he was the earliest person to pit.
He was also the first person to pit.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's not that far off cycle, so we're going to get stops here in like 2 laps or so. What a recovery drive from
Sean Angel, by the way. He was in 15th when he pitted, so that means he's actually +5 on his starting position right now, even with the attrition as well.
Yeah, this is the point of equidistance, but I don't think many people did the pit at lap 27, so I think they're waiting for probably the same laps as they did last time.
Lap 55 of 82, we have 29 cars left in the race of the 40 that started.
Like I only called it the boring strategy because all the numbers are the same, so it doesn't take much calculating.
The predictable strategy.
Yeah.
Bolden is struggling. Bolden has literally no tires left. He's lost out. He was in 9th place, nearly 10 seconds up the road from this group that's passing him right now, just about 5 laps ago. Almost contact between Mitchell Mark and Chanarong Wongswat as they both try to overtake.
Oh no!
Arnie Negrolo gets into Mark Nutt, turns him into the second to last corner, goes up into Chanarong Wongswat on the rejoin. And a big mistake from the rookie. He wipes out the reigning champion.
And guys, I don't think we want to listen to that radio.
Wow.
Could say he's going nuts.
And Wongswat slams into the side of the 45 on the entry to turn 2.
Showing displeasure there.
Also in the pits is Ryan Bolden with Mitchell Mark.
Yeah, I had to turn that off on the scanner. We can't show that on TV.
Sean Angel making quick work of Mitchell Carter here.
Whoa.
Well, we can't tell you what he was saying on TV, folks, but all I can say is he was not saying he's junk.
He was not saying good things about Chanarong Wongswat.
This is crucial. This is crucial for Sean Angel. Ryan Bolden leaving the pits. Sean Angel
Gets ahead of Ryan Bolden. That is an effective top 15. That's 14th or 13th with the 58 now. That's crazy.
This is what good teams do, is they make a good day out of one that should be
a bad day.
Irrecoverable.
Van Dalen, Voiles, DeMax, Engritz, Vita Bassa, they're all in. Crown.
The pit cycle has truly kicked off now.
Yep, third through fifth, third through sixth of all pit, third through fifth of all pit. Van Dalen gets out ahead of DeMax, of course, as expected. But he's going to come out in traffic, especially with his teammate Wongzawat.
Who is seeing red right now.
I think Wongzawat has some serious damage from that contact with Negroho. He's fallen way behind the 45. Bobby Frazier is in. James Gibson is in. Sean Angel is on the move. First lap on tires starting to get up to temp. He's already running a 1:19.5, which in comparison to your top two on the racetrack right now is 2 seconds quicker that lap than Dodd and Teskar. So the undercut is powerful, but the overcut becomes extremely powerful at the end of the run.
I think one of the lap cars just pit. Because only Constantine's there now.
Stavenaw's in.
Another thing helping him is that this is
Like
to the
in.
end. They don't need to fill up the tank necessarily.
Yeah,
So these stops might be a little quicker. Not much.
Negroho is in, but he also might be pitting for the damage he sustains.
And remember, less fuel means the car goes faster.
Not saying that that's going to play a big factor, but...
Well, also having a lighter car on fresh tires helps the tires wear not as quickly. Alex Constantine is in just as the leaders are about to catch him. Teskar and Dodd clear the 64 as he comes into the pits.
Probably the best lap car they've caught all race.
They're running 29.6s at the moment. As I think Constantine just hit Chanarong Wongzawat coming into his pit box.
Yep.
Wongzawat was leaving his pit.
Evidence there.
And a wheel failure for the 75 of James Gibson. He's back into the pits.
Oh.
For Junior.
For Junior Motorsports.
A not very good day for Gibson. Just
holy moly.
Goes from bad to worse.
Sean Angel, that time around, just turned almost 3 seconds a lap quicker than Teskar and Dodd. They are cutting this so far, but they know they have such an advantage that they can't afford to pull an overcut like this. As Teskar overshoots Moss Corner, here comes Chris Dodd back for the lead.
They are nose to tail and now side to side. No,
Dodd gets alongside.
Now
he wanted that last sniff. He wanted that last sniff of draft.
Into the braking zone at the end of the straight. Both of these guys could be attempting to pit here as well. This could be crucial for the end of this race. They almost touch through the last two corners. Chris Dodd is going to sneak his way back through into the most crucial track position of them all during the pit cycle.
But neither of them pit.
They're both continuing on. They both want the freshest possible tires at the end of this race.
I think I saw the...
No.
I could swear that I saw something happen, but maybe it's just the elevation.
Sean Angel is on Jeff McLennan.
I swear I saw the fucking car rotate a little bit. That's why I thought that.
Angel's the fastest car on the racetrack. Louvier has still not come into the pits. Wilhoit has finally committed to the pits for his final stop. Scott Roush will finally come in for his last stop.
Right around 25 to go then.
Teskar either made a mistake or his tires have completely fallen off a cliff.
They ran 5 seconds slower.
Well, they were battling.
Oh,
they were battling.
Yeah.
Oh, gotta be careful here.
Teskar stays out. Teskar's gonna try and do a one-lap overcut like he did last time.
Vita Bassa got to be careful
Vita
here.
Bassa on fresh tires here. Got to be careful not to wipe the leader out into turn 1.
I don't think he cares about that much.
It's sense of urgency, trying to keep the track position amongst the people that he's currently battling with.
Both of them trying to achieve the same end of not losing positions.
Gibson leaves the pits for a
Gibson
second
back out on
time.
track.
There's Dodd leaving the pits. Chris Louviere finally in. There's a Vita Bassa, Sean Angel right behind as well. And now if test car pits this time by, that'll be crucial. McLennan overtakes Vita Bassa. Test car is still going.
He wants a significant overcut.
This is an interesting strategy.
All of these lappers attacking the 26 now. And McLennan's not afraid to make a move to get his lap back here. Neither is Vita Bassa, and I would assume neither is Sean Angel, who is making the recovery drive of the century right now in that 58. Oh, he goes over in a test car! They almost crashed!
Oh my god.
What is he doing?
Sean Angel having Canadian head loss right now. Chris
Almost
Louviere
one
rejoins the
head
racetrack
case.
just behind the leader. Unbelievable. Sebastian Van Dalen just turned his fastest lap of the race, the 6th fastest of the entire race.
Almost one head case
Test car
of
is
the
now
year.
fastest.
It
Oh,
is,
we're only
but
in race 1.
He undercut Dodd by a couple laps, so it's not going to be. I think... No, Patrick does not have new damage. Okay, he's just pitting now.
Surely
Innes
now.
finally comes in for his final stop. Test car has lost significant ground now to Chris Dodd. You've got to come in now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, he's in.
probably
He's in.
Staying out, probably not the best idea.
Staying out a second lap was not the right call. Staying out a first lap, he could have actually overcut back into the lead, but that's unfortunate. I think that second lap is going to do him in. That's going to give Dodd a huge advantage. Possibly. I guess there's also a chance it couldn't if Dodd had a couple bad out laps, but we'll see.
It's going to be close. Not for the lead, but if he's going to even be in striking distance.
Tescar comes out of the pits. Here comes Chris Dodd through turn 1. He's going to clear Tescar by quite some margin out of the pits here. And now Cale is going to also have to have a lap on cold tires. So he's going to have a 3-lap advantage to Chris Dodd's tires. And probably a little bit less of a fuel load on those fresh tires. So we'll see if he can overcome this gap in just a 21-lap sprint to the finish. A quarter of the race distance at full blast.
That is a driver's strategy.
Yes, it is.
Put the ball in his court
Sean
and say,
Angel,
go get me a win.
from crashed in turn 2 on lap 1 is 11th place. He might get a top 10 out of this race.
Even after almost wrecking the second place driver.
Much to the dismay of the Patrick Smith crew. As Chris Louviere, on the extreme overcut strategy with Tescar, has just taken 12th from Ray Takeda. Man, I don't know if that was the right call from Innes' crew. He has dropped all the way to 20th, but he's miles behind the next few cars. I think he was not in a position to pull an overcut like that. Dodd just turned his fastest lap of the race in 18:26.
He knows what's on the
Fastest.
line here.
Tescar's going to have to start breaking lap records here.
7
Dodd-
seconds to overcome in 20 seconds. 20 laps.
Dodd knows what's on the line here.
Yep, and then he actually has to pass him, which is, we've already seen, tougher than you'd think. Easier said than done.
Nugroho versus Crown for 16th. Two rookies going at it.
We
And
saw why.
Nugroho is capable of, we already know. Dodd getting into a little bit of traffic here. That's Alex Constantine, Bobby Fraser, and Ryan Reed. But all three of these, well, two of these three are wounded race cars. The 96, Fraser's never done well with the road courses in WTSS in history. I mean, it just, I think he was a lapper last season as well on raw pace. The 96 crew just don't focus on the road courses.
Yeah, same for the 64, really.
Well, I think the 64's got some damage, possibly, on that car. A couple collisions. I know that we saw that pit road collision, but there might have been another one earlier, because he was actually running on good pace before the first pit cycle and then disappeared. Fell 11 spots. I almost wonder if there was damage coming into the pits the first time around, but that's something we'll have to go back and investigate afterwards. 18-14 from Chris Dodd, the 5th fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, just
Test cars-
gained
Tires
an
still not
entire
up to temp.
second.
Yeah, test car's tires
But-
still not fully up to temp yet.
But now Kale's going to be helped by the lap cars
Traffic, yep.
that Chris has caught up to. It's going to be
Unless Dodd
key
make
for
quick
the,
work.
Don has not had a good time with lap traffic so far.
better
Yeah,
time this
Importantly,
time.
Holy moly.
Good now.
what's the damage, Brandon?
Out, I think.
Out.
Ah, who killed me?
Not out?
Not out, no.
No, he's still in the race.
13th. You avoided the big one earlier.
Oh, I avoided the big one. Yippee!
The largest road course pileup in WTSS history involved about 16 cars. Reed pits. No more traffic for Chris
So there's
Dodd.
something happening in all
That's
of
not what
everything.
Kale wanted.
Getting called by Fuji on.
Yeah. Who?
Test car only gained that second
Pulling out the
that he
Will Hoyt
lost
line.
from the tires not being up to temp that lap with the traffic for Dodd, and Dodd has already cleared said traffic, so it's going to be hard pressed for Kale to catch him, but it's not impossible. We've seen larger deficits be pulled back at the end of a CTMP race before.
I'm so... I thought you were going to say CTEMP.
Yeah.
Chris Dodd, now having cleared the
Sorry.
traffic,
Oh,
can just
yeah.
focus on managing his pace now. 7.1 seconds.
We had the same
with,
brain cell
with
shared
just
right there.
17 laps to go now. Or 17 laps to go
thought
this
you-
time.
Sorry, Brandon. I
Talking
really...
into the pits with her final stop of the race, off cycle from the rest of the field.
Not sorry, Brandon.
So Kale, even if he starts turning faster laps than Dodd, is going to have to clear the traffic just as quick as Dodd did, which is a tall order.
Yeah, that was a really good.
That's like the
Good go,
first
bro.
good
1833.
sequence of lap cars for that 8.
1859. Test car turning slower laps right now than Dodd, even with 3 lap fresher tires. They must have made a great adjustment on the 8.
Or test car just didn't.
Jeff McLennan now trying to clear the Ryan Reed machine, who's just on his outlap right now. McLennan has gotten back up into the top 10 in 9th. Louviere is chasing down Sean Angel almost a second a lap for 11th place. What a recovery drive from the 83. There's McLennan getting through on the 90. Patrick Smith versus Jeffrey Finguy. That's not for position. There are a lap difference between them. Yeah, wow. Dodd is Louviere is a second a lap quicker than Angel with the tire difference. And possibly a bit of damage ailing the 58 speed as well. 1847, 1875. Test car's just not quicker, even with the tire advantage right now. He needed to stay with the 8 in the pit cycle. He did not need to pull that strategy that just ultimately lost him the race. Lost him a chance at the race. If he had just done a 1-lap overcut or even pit on the same lap, he would have had a chance at getting out of the pits ahead of the 8. But going 3 laps over is just not the way to do it. But new team, new driver, new strategists, sometimes it just works out that the veteran team and the veteran driver win out just off of experience alone. But it's all down to whether or not everything goes right for the rest of this race. If you're Chris Dodd, you're hoping no tires go. You're hoping every part that you've put in that car and tested over the winter stays in one piece. And also hitting your marks, because you have a 3-lap deficit on your tires. So if that...
And hope no one else in front of you has those issues too.
If that tire cliff comes earlier than expected, you gotta hang on. Because test car won't have hit it yet if you do. Speaking of test car, dealing with the 96 of Bobby Frazier now. Frazier off the pace. But he always seems to be around these road course races, especially CTMP. Test car needs to make quick work. He's already struggled to get past the 96 here. He's lost a second that lap. Test car still behind the 96 of Bobby Frazier.
If he's not careful, he might fall into the clutches of Van Dalen.
Yeah, but even falling into the clutches of Van Dalen, it won't matter too much. Van Dalen's got like 8-lap older tires than Test car.
No, this is not.
Test car is just not putting together the end of the race that he needs to gain up on Dodd, though, is the thing. The battle for the lead is where he's aiming, and it's not working at the moment. Because the straightaway speed advantage of that 96 is crazy. Final 14 laps of the race for Chris Dodd. Test car still dealing with the 96 of Frazier. Up through the
Barring catastrophe.
Eugene DeMax is back into the pits. With 14 to go. That is way, way far away from the finish. I'm not even sure what could be the issue. Possibly a tire rub on the 4?
Or potentially gonna
Let's find out.
Again.
4 tire stop. No fuel, no nothing. That is a tire rub on the 4 car. And they just decided why not stick 4 on and just go out there and push like hell. So DeMax's chances at a podium gone. DeMax's chances at a top 10 probably gone. He's just going to push like hell to the end of the race. He'll come out of the pits in the 12th position here. That puts Sean Angel, the man who was spun sideways into the wall on the second corner of the first lap and had massive rear end damage on the car, is into 10th place. On pure strategy alone. What a brilliant strategy.
Now, but,
At least for now.
The 33rd place starter is right there.
And Chris Louviere on 8 lap fresher tires than Sean Angel. Chasing almost a second a lap.
At least some of the Subarus are... Yeah, at least most of the Subarus are doing something.
Yeah.
Except for the one that was hoping for a fresh start.
Yeah. You may have been right. Pescar's still failing to find his way past the 96. Just absolutely nothing to give right now. He's losing about 3 seconds a lap to Dodd, and he's going to find himself vulnerable to Van Dalen now.
Darn, they might have missed... I think they missed the setup.
And it's also inexperience, too. Dodd managed to clear both lapped cars in one fell swoop, the same move.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's an aggressive move from Test car, and he's going to clear into Moss.
The moment he saw an opportunity to get by the 96,
yeah, he will. That was aggressive.
Hesitate.
What a move from Cale Test car Jr. Wow. But it's a little bit too late.
I mean, when you sit behind that car for so many laps, eventually you just are going to take anything, even if you know it could end horribly.
I would say Demax still will have a shot at a top 10 here because he's going to be miles quicker than Angel and Louvier on those fresh tires, but it's just didn't work out.
It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot for him to get back.
Sebastian Van Dalen's now going to have to go through the same pain Teskar did with Bobby Fraser here. And he's got older tires than Teskar does, so it'll be interesting. That's Stavinaugh back in.
But you have to think that, maybe you're happy if you're Demax that this happened so late in the race.
Yeah, I'm starting to think they're gonna have to pit again.
They shouldn't need to.
That's the second car.
Didn't we see Stavinaugh get some contact?
That's a splash of fuel for Jake Stavinaugh. That's fuel. The Demax crew was not a fuel stop. They didn't take any. So that is a fuel miscalculation on the 80 of Jake Stavinaugh. And they've just decided, screw it, slap on 4 tires as well. The tire wear is so huge here. If you just pit for fuel and then come back out without changing any tires, you're basically forfeiting the rest of the race. So he's just gonna go for it. But he's lost so much ground to Demax. He's gonna lose out to Demax here. Yeah, wow.
Oh.
Okay, but now the pair of them can work together. You would think.
Lap car of Jeffrey's Finn guy. Sean Angel finds a way through. Louvier will have to wait a couple more corners right here. Or this corner. Oh my lord.
No, don't do that. Okay.
That was close.
This is not a great spot. Yeah, he's...
Washes up on the exit of Moss.
Has anyone else miscalculated?
I don't know. It'd be surprising if they did. But Chris Dodd is 16 seconds in the lead now.
Well, now that we're seeing all that, that's another thing to think about for Dodd. Do they have the fuel to make it to the end?
It's like at this point, all Dodd needs to do is bring it home.
Stavinaugh was one of the undercut drivers. Dodd was one of the last drivers to pit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think it's still a valid question.
I don't think the 26 has the afterburners.
Yeah,
they'll need to get up there.
This is Dodd's race to lose now.
Just not willing
Just
to...
Nothing. As Brandon said, hope nothing goes wrong for you or anyone in front of you.
Eugene Demax is gaining almost 2 seconds a lap on Sean Angel and Chris Louvier ahead of him, and soon will be Stavinaugh. So these 4 tire stoppers at the end are going to be making ground back up at the end, but it's probably not enough to make up all of it. Wilhoit's now been promoted to the top 5 with Stavinaugh coming in.
Not what they would have wanted to be doing at the end of the race.
Dodd is turning a 19-1 last time by. Tescar's still not quicker, even with 3-lap fresher tires. It just didn't work out for the 26. They needed to pit the same lap to try and get out ahead out of the pits. That was the only chance he had. Because even in the traffic, Dodd cleared them within an instant. That's Nugroho on Scott Roush now for 14th place. A very strong debut for Arnie Nugroho here. There's Louvier, now with no traffic in between himself and Sean Angel, catching up to the back of the 58.
Gotta make this move sooner rather than later.
Yeah, with Demax.
Yeah, because Demax is already here.
He gained a second on Angel that time.
Yeah, Demax is approaching.
10 laps to go here at Canadian Tire. Chris Louvier 16.5 seconds ahead. We've only ever seen one Canadian Tire race not come down to a late race battle for the win. That was when Fernando Van Dorn got his much-needed resurgence here in his first career victory back in Season 4. And now, it looks like we might have a second one if Chris Dodd can just hang on for 9 more laps. And now, round the outside at Moss Corner. Chris Louvier attacking Sean Angel.
Probably won't.
The tire advantage keeps him alongside on the exit, up through the gears.
Yeah, the outside never works there.
It looks like it did this time. Side by side with the 58 all the way down to the end of the straightaway.
Not enough horsepower.
Angel peeks ahead at the end of the straight. Louvier all over the back of him.
All right. Play it safe here.
Demax was unable to find a way through on Finn Guy that time. So he's actually going to lose time on these two here as a result.
Oh,
Here he comes.
Louvier,
Looking
it's a
to the
traction race
inside.
off the last corner. Angel hangs on for now, but Louvier has so much more grip.
yeah, but
Swings
he's
through the first corner to try and get the
not-
momentum off. Not quite.
He is not getting the. He's not getting the racecraft he needs.
It's our biggest battle on track. Demax has cleared Finn Guy. Here comes Stavinaugh. This could be a fight for 11th if these two catch quick enough. Which it was a fight for 11th originally, actually. I think it was inevitable those two were going to catch, even if they weren't battling.
And again.
Louvier struggling through this corner again.
This is frustrating.
Stavinaugh still trying to get through past Finn Guy. There's Will Hoyt now trying to lap the 96 of Frazier. Will do so. And it looks like Van Dalen's tires have hit the cliff. He's nearly a second a lap slower. McLennan in traffic. He's in no man's land. He's not close enough to Angritz, and Vitaboss is not close enough to him.
Most boring
Man,
place to be.
Stavinaugh is just struggling to get past the 92. He finally will get down the inside into turn 1. But chasing down the slower cars ahead may be a tougher challenge. I don't know, but he's still going to be like a second lap quicker. Nugroho has gotten through on Scott Roush. Roberto Crown Jr. and James Gibson also follow through on the 6. Gibson is an aggressive move, but he's a lapper, so it's got to be frustrating for the 6 there as he dives back down the inside of the 75, but is not on the preferred line on exit. Stays alongside, though. Yeah, that's just a spite from the 6 there to stay ahead of the 75.
Yes. Yeah, that's it's something.
It's me.
Gibson not being a very friendly lapper.
Like I said earlier, he's not a good lapper.
And stays ahead of the 6, unfortunately for Scott Roush. Wow, the tire advantage, there was no way, even if Louvier cleared Angel, that he was going to keep Demax and Stavinaugh, or at least Demax back. Stavinaugh, maybe. There's still 7 laps to go this time.
Louvier can use the max to get through on the 58.
Oh, absolutely. This could be... He could use him as a pick for sure. Oh!
But
Almost got down the inside at 1 there.
But if he's gonna want to make the move before the max gets through, he's, gotta make the move. I mean,
Constantine on Bolden for 19th. Man, something went
Top
wrong
20,
with
I'll
Bolden.
take that.
He's a lap down now.
I know
what happened to
it sounds like
4-way fight for 9th place. It's really a 2-way fight for 9th place and a 2-way fight for 11th place, but we'll see how this pans out here. Louvier has struggled through this corner the last few laps and continues to do so, but Demax follows him up the racetrack.
Here comes Stavinaugh.
And Stavinaugh slips down the inside of the 4, and with the traction on the exit, easily is going to get alongside the 83 coming down to the end of the straight here. And now, Louvier can possibly try and follow in behind these faster cars and maybe allow himself to pass Angel with their moves, but he's really trying to stay ahead.
Oh.
You got to try and fight the track position at least once. If you can't hold him off the first time, they're going to get through.
Yeah, he blew it. Because he had so many opportunities to get past Angel.
Well, we'll see. Can the Stavinaugh and Demax cars slow up Angel to allow Louvier through? As we have a battle for 13th place, Nugroho versus Mitchell Mark, the man who qualified dead last today, fighting for 13th.
biggest mover.
Oh,
or at least one of them.
by far.
Brought to you by U-Haul.
There's Stavinaugh on Angel.
The U-Haul big mover.
This is the really biggest battle on the racetrack. That's why we're watching it so much. And now Stavinaugh and Demax having a difficult time finding their way through on Angel. And Louvier sticks with him. But the traction race on the exit, Louvier unable to find a way through. It's now 5 laps to go for Chris Dodd. And he's caught a huge cluster of lap cars up ahead, so it's not out of the woods yet for the 8.
That's the other battle we were keeping track of.
Yes, this is a huge on-track position battle here. Gibson being a nuisance of a lapper, but he's got fresher tires than all these guys, so he has no reason to not at least do something, I guess. 4 laps to go for Chris Dodd. How about this battle back here? Stavinaugh has still not found a way through on Sean Angel. Angel creating the Great Wall of Canada right now for 9th place.
But it almost feels inevitable.
Maybe, but he only has...
It feels it.
I thought it was inevitable when Chris caught him, but yeah.
They all overshoot. Even Angel overshot the corner there. That's
the only one who didn't
do it. That's gonna do it.
Yeah, Angel needed to not do that, and
oh, maybe not.
He's just not doing it.
Well, not if the Max is looking for a move on Stavinaugh.
Alex Bignacco with an engine failure.
He shuts the door.
Angel shuts the door. They all stay in it. Bignacco's got an engine failure. He's limping through the first couple corners. He's not gonna stop on track. He's still going.
Yeah, he's going.
Oh, we got back.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be fine.
Sean Angel still managing to keep all these drivers behind him.
And now Stavinaugh and DeMax are fighting amongst each other.
They blocked into the braking zone.
Unbelievable defensive drive from Sean Angel.
He blocked in. Well, he almost for sure now, if he gets past, is going to get passed by Louvier.
Holy moly! They're gonna freight train him.
Guacamole.
Oh, that's why I said if. That's why I said if to start that statement.
Yeah, it's like this is something else.
Closest they've ever been.
Wow.
Oh no!
Bignacco at the last second realized the cars were coming up behind him, and he just flew off the racetrack. And once again, all of them running a bit wide, except for Louvier, who cuts underneath on the exit. And once again, Stavinaugh to the back of the 58. This time he gets alongside. Yes, he does.
He might get it this time.
What about straightaway speed? About even between the two of them. He's going to be on the inside, the preferred line, down the inside at the end of the Andretti straight. Yep. Wow. Squeezes through. DeMax follows. Louvier tries to follow through as well. Oh, Angel just fills the hole in front of the three.
And he does. And he doesn't because of course.
He is right up on that 58 now, though.
Meanwhile, just behind, Chris Dodd and Mitchell Mark making contact as Dodd comes to 2 laps to go.
He doesn't have to lap these guys, but he is anyways. I don't quite understand that.
Please lap me. It's
the larger the gap is between you and second place, if a problem happens, the larger the gap that they have to overcome to catch you.
Bignacco
finally gets back to the pits and will retire from the race just a lap and a half short of seeing the checkered flag.
Womp womp.
Did you say womp womp?
And that means that, yeah, by the way, Nugroho overtook Mark, and Mark immediately fell down the entire order behind him. Dodd overshoots the corner, but I almost felt like that was on purpose, just to back off from the 08 of Wongzawat there. It's going to be the white flag this time for the 8 car of Chris Dodd.
Test car has gone closer, but nowhere near enough.
Yeah, that's a side effect of the traffic, too. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go for the Oreo Ritz number 8 of Chris Dodd for CJ Racing.
He won the pole. It was his first pole in 2 seasons. No, since season 4. It was his first pole since season 4. The season 5 champion has not had one since. He's never been a qualifier. He's always been a racer. But every time he's ever qualified up front, he has won. And he's about to be 4 for 4 on the pole to win conversion rate for the 8 car. Up to Moss Corner for the last time. He does not need to overtake the 08, nor do I think he will try to overtake the 08 of Chaunarong Wongsuwat. He's bleeding time on purpose to just slowly make it to the finish. And as we round onto the back straightaway for the last time, Chris Dodd now goes underneath the 08, just because there's a pace deficit down the straightaway. The team reduced back to a single car this season to put all their eggs back into one basket with the 8 car like they did back in Season 5. And Chris Dodd rounds through the final couple corners. He had a hard-fought battle with Test Car earlier, but experience prevails. Chris Dodd, former champion, shows his muscle by winning at Canadian Tire to open off Season 7. Cale Teskar Jr. fights valiantly, and a rookie should be proud of the fact that he's finished second in his opening points race at Canadian Tire. And Sebastian Louviere should be just as equally proud with a 3rd place.
Van Dalen.
Sebastian Van Dalen should be just as proud with a 3rd place here at Canadian Tire. A double rookie podium. Daniel Voiles in 4th. Tristan Wilhoit rounds out the top 5. And brings home a Maverick Subaru top 5 on their debut. Angritz comes home in a quiet 6th place. Jeff McLennan, another rookie in the top 10, in 7th place. 8th place is contested all the way to the line, but the fresh tires were just barely not enough for Stavino and DeMax to make inroads. Literally at the last corner they've caught him, but Vita Bassa hangs on to 8th. DeMax will settle for 10th. Louviere did get Sean Angel at the end of the race for 11th.
Where did he make that move?
I don't know, but it had to have been somewhere cheeky. Nugroho in 13th. Roberto Crown Jr. and Scott Roush in 15th place, the last car on the lead lap. The rest of your finishing order is as follows. Wongsuwat, Innes, Mark, Constantine, Bolden, Takeda, Smith, Fraser, Carter, Reed, Finguy, and Gibson, the finishers. And your DNFs are Benyako, Nutt, Krasta, Giroux, Duncan, Shepard, Hill, Gian, Bishelia, Tamura, Stevens, Figueroa, and Curtis. And it is a domination at the end of the race from Chris Dodd that gives him an early point lead with a double points opener. Here at Canadian Tire, a perfect score with the bonus points for pole. Chris Dodd wins, holding off 2 rookies to do it at Canadian Tire.